Excuse me, sir. Telephone.
People do have a very weird idea of what animals are, and I think that the average person, I'm certainly no expert, but amongst the average person, I have a much better understanding of wildlife because I'm out in the wild several times a year hunting. It's a different world. It's a different world. I'm no expert, but my perception of it is as someone who sees wildlife in the wild. I see dead ones that other ones have killed. We came across a calf that had been ripped apart by wolves. I mean, we see stuff, and you realize what that is, what that fucking forest really is. Yeah. It's this competing ecosystem of life, and it's going on all the time, and there's big things jacking smaller things, and there's birds snatching things off the ground and snatching other birds out of trees, and it's happening all the time, and it's magic, and you have to have it that way because otherwise the whole population of the planet would be overrun. You have to have your sorrow of watching the bear tear apart the fawn. That has to happen because if it didn't happen, you'd have too many fawns. They'd be everywhere. You'd have too many deer. And you have to have someone who can take care of the bears. Otherwise, the bears will overrun the city where the humans live. And we need to think about that. And people don't want to because they don't want to shoot Yogi. They don't want to shoot Yogi and Boo Boo. They're our friends. This is a teddy bear. I grew up with a bear. You don't know what a bear is. I've seen a bear in the wild. When you see a bear in the wild, you're like, oh, you don't give a fuck about me. You're some weird, heartless beast that is majestic looking who runs around eating moose and deer babies. That's what your deal is. You eat grass and berries and you like to lay around. You're fucking cool as shit. It's a cool-ass animal. Yeah. Doesn't mean you hate it, but you gotta understand what the fuck it is. It's not like this idea like people don't want people to hunt bears in certain places, like particularly like they're trying to regulate the size of the amount of grizzly bears in certain parts of the country. They're like, hey, we need to keep a handle on this. Like a couple people get mauled, you know, people start walking through Yellowstone and get attacked. It happens like a little bit more rapidly. The numbers get to a certain, they're like these things have no fear of people. Like we can actually help the population if they hand out bear tags and people start freaking out. You can't kill the bears. You can't kill the bears. Don't you kill the bear. There's a reason why there's no fucking bears in California, Duncan. Only black bears. Our fucking state flag has a grizzly bear on it. Did you ever notice that?
No.
Yeah. The state flag is a grizzly bear. They eradicated all the grizzly bears because they were eating people. So in the fucking 1800s, dude, there's a town. I think it's called Levesque. It's out near, like, on the way to Bakersfield. Yeah. Lebec. I think it's called Lebec. It's a town named after the last dude that got killed by a grizzly bear in California. Yeah, and to investigate this, they exhumed his body, and his legs were fucking ripped apart. Like his knees were snapped in half and shit. I mean,
you have to destroy this tape.
He got torn apart by a bear, and they killed the bear, and they buried him, and that was the last bear. That was the last bear attack. They killed all the bears. The reason why they killed all the bears is because that's what you have to do, you fuck. Do you want to be able to walk to your car?
Yes.
Okay, you don't want bears in Santa Monica. Okay, shut up. Just shut up. We're going into their territory, man. They'll come into yours too. Okay? Stop. Don't be silly. We definitely shouldn't kill all the bears. But we should kill a few. Should definitely kill some. Should kill some wolves too.
I disagree, Joe. We have to keep everything alive.
I'm going to bring back pterodactyls.
I wouldn't mind that.
Snatching people right off of cars.
Well, come on. They could be controlled. Come on. They could be controlled. Put them in some kind of domed, I don't know, a padded dome.
We never knew they were bulletproof.
Bring them back. Fuck it.
People would shoot down them, bullets just bouncing down, hitting people on the ground.
Well,
Kevlar Bigfoot
ideas. Yeah,
that's definitely, and that might have been a real thing.
You think so?
Yeah. It was a real animal.
There was a creature?
Yeah, there was a real creature called Gigantopithecus. It was a real animal. It was like 8 foot tall, bipedal hominid. It absolutely existed.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like a giant ape.
Dude, if a fucking gorilla didn't exist, imagine seeing a gorilla. Right. You'd be like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that thing?
6 foot, 600 pounds.
Hulking, huge, hairy, black beast with a giant chest and enormous arms and pounds on his chest, runs on all fours, and you're like, fucking fangs.
Yeah.
And when they fly through the air at each other and clash,
It's crazy.
and smash into each other and fight. Holy fuck, man. If you didn't know that was real,
I know.
and you ran into a gorilla, you'd be like, what the fuck? And by the way, they didn't know mountain gorillas were even a thing until the early 1900s. They were a
really?
legend. Yeah. When was the discovery of mountain gorillas?
Don't they think those giant chimps in the Congo are a hybrid?
No, they don't anymore because they have DNA. They're the only chimpanzee species or subspecies, I guess you should say, that they found that has a crest on its skull like a gorilla. 1902, bro.
Damn.
Yeah. A German
That's
explorer,
incredible.
Captain Robert von Beringe. The mountain gorilla was named the Gorilla Beringe in honor of the captain.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Fuck.
Look at those
imagine
things.
that thing. How about those?
Yeah.
That guy who is an anti-poaching agent. He helps protect gorillas from poachers.
Yeah.
And he got them to pose standing up in a selfie. And even better, there's video of him tickling the gorillas,
Yep.
and the gorillas laughing,
Yep.
laughing like a person.
Yeah,
Dude,
they're
it's
so
crazy. So, was there a Bigfoot? Fuck yeah, there was a Bigfoot. Yeah. It was a real thing. That's why there's so many stories about it. And it probably died off 100,000 years ago or something.
Right.
You know.
Do gorillas ever eat meat, or they're just vegetarians?
Not gorillas. No.
Yeah.
Gorillas are. We are closer to chimpanzees than chimpanzees are to gorillas.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I think it's interesting in Goma where those groups of male chimps expand their territory. They kill other males
Yeah, they
and then
hunt.
move their women and children into the area that they annex.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Vicious. They just, as groups fall on the smaller, tribes of chimps and decimate them.
They
Very
have so
human.
many similarities to humans.
Yeah.
So many. Yeah. But these bondo apes, they call them. This is the giant chimp. They nest on the ground too, like gorillas.
Are they as violent as they live in large communities like chimps?
The locals have two names for chimps over there. They have one that they call tree beaters. Those are the regular sized chimps, and the other ones they call lion killers.
Damn.
They're so big. They've got videos of these things eating a leopard.
What?
Yeah. They don't know
Whoa.
if it. Yeah, they're enormous chimps. So they don't know if it killed the leopard or if the leopard died and then
Yeah.
they're eating it. They don't know, but they do know one was eating a fucking leopard. So you got to think.
Yummy kitty cat.
When they're standing up, they're taller than me. I'm 5'8". They're 6 feet tall. You're 6 feet tall?
Yeah.
So they're your height,
Yeah.
but a chimp. And a jack chimp.
God.
It's probably like 250, 300 pounds.
Well, they say they're 400 pounds. The ones in the zoo,
be.
they have some in.
I don't
was it
believe
the
they do.
Kansas City Zoo?
No, I don't believe they do.
I think they do.
No.
They
No.
have two giant chimps. If you
Yeah,
look
they're
at
just big chimps. Those are just big chimps.
they're huge though.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
like,
yeah. They
yeah.
do. They've had chimps that are over 200 pounds. They've had some enormous chimps, but they've never had one of these. They live in a very specific area of the Congo.
But they've seen them.
Yes, they have video of them. They have photographs of them. You can see videos and you see camera trap photos. They're a real animal. It's a really big animal, man. It's a really big chimp.
That's amazing.
Can you imagine seeing a 6-foot chimp?
No.
Dude.
No, they eat your face and your genitals. No thanks.
Just imagine standing there. You turn a corner and there's a chimp as tall as you looking at you.
Disaster.
Yeah.
I have to go low.
Have you ever seen? Yeah, you're not going low.
No.
It doesn't matter what
What
you
was
do.
that? They had there was a traveling circus where they had a chimp and they would muzzle it and they'd have any man, the biggest man, just to hold the chimp down for 6 seconds, if you could do that, or 3 seconds, and no man was ever able to do it.
Of course.
This
You
was
have
a
a chance.
150-pound chimp.
Yeah, and you wouldn't even, even if it was muzzled, man, it could still rip your arms off. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're made out of Jell-O.
Have you ever held I've held a small one, a baby
Yeah,
one.
I held
it
a
was
baby
playing
one,
with my
too.
puppy, and his back felt like wood.
Wood, yeah, like wood.
Like
That's
wood.
a perfect way to describe
Yeah.
it. That's exactly how I
Like
said
Dan
it.
Henderson probably
Yeah,
feels.
exactly like Dan Henderson. He's got to be part chimp.
Yeah.
But I had a 2-year-old one once on not Fear Factor, News Radio. And when we were on the set, the scene actually got cut out. We never wound up using the scene. But there was a guy who was like an animal trainer, and he had a couple different animals with him. And one was a baby chimp in diapers. And this baby chimp got on my back and beat on my back a couple times. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It was like you hitting me.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. This fucking little tiny thing just wailed on me.
Jesus.
They're so strong, dude.
Yeah, they are.
Their little bodies are just hard, like corded.
No neck. take crazy punishment.
This they had this video online. It was live videos of bald eagles having babies, and you could watch them. They had cameras set up on them and everything. It was fascinating. It ended terribly though. They showed you how the mom would sit and the dad would go out and hunt, and then he came back, and he would his shift was like an hour or two, and she was the rest of the time. But he would go out and bring food back, and the poor thing. I think it was the mom going to get food. It got fucking hit by a commercial airline. What? It got hit by a jet on a landing and killed the mom.
Oh, wow.
And so they had to help the birds because the dads don't go, that would have been the end of their ass. So I think they helped them out.
Eat them.
I don't know what they do. They might. They're savage fucking birds.
Yeah, it's a savage bird.
Ravens, too. I learned about ravens being a raven fan. I watched this documentary one time. This fucking lady in England had a raven, a pet raven. You know that it's like an upside down U, that car, that weird old car. It's just it's just like a little, like a parentheses upside down. Yeah. She had a pet raven that was, they said, I guess they're the most intelligent bird. And this thing, she would keep the keys and ignition and the windows down, and she'd be like, we're going to go for a ride. And the raven would fly in the car, start the car with its beak, sit on the door. She'd get in, she'd start driving, and then he would just fly right next to the car wherever she went.
What?
It was unbelievable.
What?
Unbelievable. I could not get over it.
So she had like a relationship with this raven.
100%. And this raven knew and loved it. Like he was like, oh, shit, let me go start the car for you. Yeah, so he was down.
She would say, let's go for a drive, and the raven knew what she was saying.
Out, boom, in the car, grab that shit with its beak, because they're big, they're big too.
Big bird.
And just turn those little keys, and he would wait for her to get in. She'd start driving, and he would just fly right next to it. I don't know, you might look for it, but I watched it.
They're so smart. I saw a video of one using a tool to get another tool so that it could get into something. Like they did these tests to find out how intelligent they were, to see if they could do problem solving in order to get food. And so it had to use like one small stick in order to pull out a larger stick, and the larger stick to pull out this thing that got him the food.
And they figured it out?
Yeah, and figured it out quicker than my kids would have. I'm watching this raven. I'm like, damn, this thing's smarter than an 8-year-old. It's crazy. It's crazy watching it do it. It's like this little conniving fucker. There's a great video, one of my favorite videos online, of this one raven that taunts these two cats into a fight.
It stirs them up into a fight?
Yeah, they're both. What is this lady got a
look
raven
at that.
with her?
Look how big
Subway.
that thing is.
Oh,
look at her.
Crazy bitch. Whoever you are, if you stick your penis in that lady, you deserve everything you got coming to you. Everything.
What the fuck do you think's in that bag?
Oh my God, I don't know.
Look at that.
Heads.
Your heads.
Baby heads.
This dude over here just chilling like it's nothing.
Yeah, that guy.
I mean,
next
look at
to
the
him,
look on her face.
The guy next, he's just checking his Twitter. He probably doesn't even know she's there. He hasn't even looked over. Nobody's sitting next to that bitch though. They're like, no, I'll stand.
He screwed all the way over.
Look at her. I mean, everything about her looks weird. She's like, when do I kill myself? Not today. Not today. When?
She looks pissed.
Crazy bitch with metal all over her boots. Sure, you're goth. Hold it. What does it say? Sure, you're goth, but are you dejectedly riding the subway with your raven, goth?
That's it. That's the bar right there, everybody.
A raven. See if you can find the raven provokes cats. It's one of my favorite videos because there's these two cats and they're on opposite rooftops, like right next to each other, and they're like looking at each other. This raven comes over and fucks with one of the cats. Like, come on, man, you want some of this, bitch? Come on, man. There it is.
Oh, here it is.
Watch this. So the cat's chilling, and then the raven flies over to where the cat is and starts fucking with him. And after he starts fucking with him, then he flies over to where the other cat is and he starts fucking with him. So he gets behind him. He's like, hey, bitch, what are you doing? He gets just close enough for the cat's like, motherfucker. He's like, no, I'm going to fly back over here and I'm going to fuck with this cat.
Oh, I see the other one.
So but he's doing it on purpose, this little cunt. Like, you could tell. He's like, just getting the cats riled up. Hey, bitch, look, I'm a bird and I'm right behind you, motherfucker. The cat's like, no, I'm going to get this other cat. And then looking at each other, the cat's like, fuck you. And he's like, no, fuck you. No, fuck you. Look, he's getting closer to the cat. Why would a raven get close to a cat? I mean, why?
Why would any bird?
Yeah. The only reason why is because he's fucking with him. He's doing it on purpose.
He is. Look at him. He knows. He's scumming it all.
And then the cat's like, bitch. Ah! And then look, the raven gets over there right next to him. It's like, oh, yeah. Oh, now it's happening. Oh, look, they fall off the roof together. And the raven flies down. He's right next to him. Come on, faggots.
Oh my god.
You bitches don't know how to fight. These cats are killing each other. And this raven's like, you dumb hoes. Oh, look, they fall into that hole. Bam! And that raven is just hanging out with them.
An animal that can fly on the ground, vulnerable, watching these two cats fight. Fucking
Dude, he
was
jumps
going
in.
down the steps.
He jumped into the hole. That is a crazy-ass bird.
That is a crazy fucking bird.
But also confident, right? He
Yep.
knows how quick he can move.
See, coming in from the side
he's
like that.
tapping at his
Yeah, he
tail.
is.
He's like, no, you're not done yet. That cat is still alive, motherfucker. What kind of a pussy are you? It's such a weird animal. Like, once they found out that these things are smart, they're like, look, in comparative tests, when it comes to like problem solving, they're as smart or smarter than chimpanzees.
Ravens?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I hear. They're super smart.
Super smart.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know how smart. The limitation is that they've got these feet and wings. But if you gave them like fingers and had them like problem solve stuff, like spell their name and shit, and you give them some food, they might be able to do that. Because chimps can kind of do stuff like that. Like, here's one. Like, look at this raven.
It says it's a crow, but no.
Oh,
Same
crow,
difference almost.
raven,
Yeah.
pretty same. What is the difference? Is a raven bigger?
Yeah, a lot bigger.
Yeah, but they're all smart. So this little fucker realizes that if he puts these rocks in that water, that the water will float up and he'll be able to get that food. So he can't quite reach that food. So he keeps dropping those rocks in there to try to raise the level of the water up. How the fuck does he figure that out, man? Like, look at that. That's crazy.
Oh, he's so
He's like, no, not quite. Almost.
that big one. Get the big one,
Yeah, I just wish I could just get it. I got
Oh!
it, bitch. Light versus heavy. What is this
All
one?
kinds of experiments with them.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
It says it's a casual understanding of water displacement by a crow is the name of the video. Study done by Auckland, New Zealand University.
Well, it just makes you think, right? Like, we always define intelligence by how much can it manipulate its environment. And where that throws us off is like dolphins and orcas and whales, because they're really smart and they can't do anything. They have flippers, but we know they have these really complex languages and they have Baltimore accents. Do you know that?
What, dolphins?
Dolphins and orcas have accents.
Do they?
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
can
know
tell.
that.
They can't tell what the fuck they're saying, but they can tell where they're from.
Really? So
Yeah.
it's a regional thing, not like a bottlenose
Right.
versus a spotted has a
No.
different accent?
Yeah, they're from different spots of the world.
That's kind of like the what is it, the staircase. You know that documentary where like two of his wives died falling downstairs?
Oh yeah, that's
People
right.
are like,
What?
you still don't fucking know? You think two women coincidentally,
Imagine if they did. They're your favorite people ever, and they just kept falling.
literally impossible.
What if you're a rock climber?
It was in his kitchen. It was in his fucking kitchen.
Didn't he try to say like an owl did it? What's his
An owl?
Some
He
crazy,
said an
some
owl?
crazy
Dude,
thing,
he had
dude.
so
It's a fucking owl.
He had
with
such a
demon eyes.
He said a
Flew in and
bird
flew
flew
out.
in and scared her and flew out of the home because there was no fucking bird, by the way. But he said a bird flew in, scared her, and she fell down the stair backwards. By the way, you know how hard it is to fall back down the stairs backwards when you're already at the top of a stair. Nobody falls backwards when they're walking upstairs.
You got to get kicked, Sparta style.
Someone has to hit you down the. That's exactly the.
That's what it is.
The lawyer was
300.
like, somebody pushed you down the stairs. That's the
Yeah.
only way that happens.
Sparta.
Sparta, fuck you, wife.
Imagine if they did an autopsy and they see the footprint.
Right in the
your
middle of her
chest.
chest. Well, they said the blood splatter was like so obviously consistent with someone that was like thrown
Forced.
downstairs. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, the owl got her, bro.
And these owls are doing that. That is a thing that happens often. Fly into your home. They fuck shit up. They're not
cons.
good guests. They're not nice people.
Little assholes.
Yeah, they really are. Truly not nice birds.
They're such a cool animal.
Yeah,
And
they are.
They're a weird animal that we like think of them as these wise old creatures. Like we have like an anthropomorphic version of an owl.
Yeah.
That's really smart. Like an owl is like, well,
yeah, like
let's
the
read our
the,
books and find out what's going on.
The
in
Tootsie
world.
Pop owl, you know?
Yeah.
How many licks does it take? That was like, he wore
One.
glasses.
Two, yeah. But that must be what it is. But the wise old owl is like an adage, right?
Yeah, why is it though?
I don't know, man, because they're fucking ruthless. What they are is just cunts that swoop down and kill rabbits. They
Right.
fuck rabbits up, man.
Their wingspans are fucking incredible. When you see them take off, take flight, and come snag something, it's wild to
I was
see.
driving home once, and one was flying over my head, and I guess it didn't like how low it was as to where my car was on the road. Like, it had picked a path, probably not in its head, understanding that cars go down this road.
Right.
It was flying, right?
Right.
And the car was just too close, so it just dropped the rabbit and went to get it later. And
shit.
I pulled over because I was like, what the fuck was that? Because it was big. Like whatever it dropped was a fairly large creature. And I went over and this rabbit that was just gutted because the first thing they eat is the guts.
Right.
So they just torn the guts out of this rabbit.
They pick it apart and then they take the rest home with them.
They swoop down. Have you ever seen an owl's claws?
Yeah.
They're fucking nasty.
Yeah, they're
man.
huge.
Giant ass claws. The coolest video. Look at that thing. Look at the claws in that
They're
fucker.
badass, dude.
Oh my god, it's an amazing, amazing predator.
The first picture looks like him saying, "Don't take a picture," and then the second one, he's like, "Why did you take the fucking? I told you
Well,
not to
I told
take
you,
the picture."
bitch. Yeah,
Fucking
it is. It's like mad at you, and she's picking it up. Look at the eyes in that thing, man. I mean, it has a demonic face. That's like
beautiful predator, man.
it's an incredible animal. But
Look at that one.
There's an amazing video online of one killing a hawk. It kills a hawk in its nest. It swoops down in the night. They got a trail camera photo.
Yeah.
They had these hawks that were in this nest, and these wildlife biologists were filming it. And this owl comes in and watch this and just snatches the hawk right from the nest. Watch this. Here it comes in the distance. You'll see its little eyes any second now. It's crazy shit, dude. Watch
It's
it.
a little baby hawk, huh?
Yeah, little baby.
Look at that.
Watch this motherfucker come in. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh
Look at this.
shit!
Bitch!
Whoa! Fuck!
That's a wrap, son. Just
Bye.
snatched it.
Look at the mom. Is like, what happened?
I don't even know if that's the mom. That might also be another baby.
It's pretty big though.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because we don't have a perspective. But look at this. Look how it snatches it. Bang! Just two hands. Look at all the feathers that fly off. Two hands
God damn.
grabbing a hold.
I don't know why that freaks me out so much now. That freaks me the fuck out.
Bird on bird violence is weird.
It's crazy, dude.
It is.
Bird lives matter, man.
But it's bird on bird violence is strange because
It is.
it's almost like a cannibalism. It happens so often.
Yeah, why?
Birds jack birds because they don't give a fuck.
Doesn't matter.
They don't give a fuck.
But do you think that's a last resort kind of? They don't really want to eat other birds, right?
Bro, everybody eats birds.
The next picture.
Even
you gave
birds.
me. This
That's a bird
motherfucker
swallowing
a bird.
a chick. Yeah. Look at it. Look at it bucking in its throat.
Fuck.
What a twat.
Duck. I think.
Look.
Yeah.
Well, that's a fucking whole duck. That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Look at that thing.
That is huge.
It's a chick. It's not a fully grown duck. But
It's big.
it's big enough that it's crazy that thing swallows it. You know, one of the really fucked up ones that I saw recently? I saw a toad eat a rat or a mouse. A toad
I wanna see that
ate a
shit.
mouse. Yeah, it's either a frog or a toad. I don't know what it was, but a big-ass green frog-looking type creature swallowed a mouse whole. Watch this. This is it. Yeah. This is crazy, dude. Oh, this is not it. This is not it. Because this one's hidden. There's one that's not hidden. There's one where you could see it like in like a little glass container. Damn, I wish I could find it. Because it's a really good one. It's from like a top-down view.
That's pretty good.
Watch this. I didn't think that frogs ate mice, man. I used to think that frogs were like, oh, they just get
Bugs
out of the air. Watch, he's just waiting. Not yet. Not yet. I want to make sure I get him.
I'm sniff around.
Get a
Oh yeah,
little
you playing in
closer.
my
little baby
little,
move. Little baby move. I'm on you, and as soon as I decide you're lined up,
Fuck you.
look at that.
Nope.
Head first. Just look at it stuffing it in there with his greedy little fingers. I mean, think about what look at the mouse trying to get out. The mouse is trying to get out.
And because they don't have teeth, right? So
Look
they
at
just
it.
got to
It's
swallow
trying
that
to get
thing.
out. Its head is out, man. Look, it's eating it asshole first. Jesus Christ. The mouse is like, excuse me.
But I guess
I'm
that makes
trying to
sense.
get out.
Eat the butthole first because that's the worst taste. So eat the
I don't
butthole
think
first. Get
that's
the bad taste out of the
how they're
mouth.
thinking.
Nah.
That's just where it was.
Yeah.
I think it would have eaten it head first too. But look at it. It's just blinking, slowly swallowing the mouse. Imagine you being able to eat a dog. That's what that's like.
Yeah,
The size difference, that's like you eating a German
Picking
Shepherd.
up a German Shepherd
and stuffing it in your face.
dislocating my jaw, putting it in.
How big is a frog's mouth? That's crazy.
Well, that's like when you see those things that can dislocate their jaws. I think that's incredible. Animals that can fucking unhinge their jaw.
Oh, snakes that
Snakes
eat deer.
do.